Hello, good morning everyone, and have a nice day to one and all. As a series of providing video sessions on Python server-side scripting language, in my previous session I have discussed the modules in the Python. So in this class I am discussed the files and their input-output methods and different types of operation methods on files. So this so first of all we have the how can we print a statement on output screen. How to print the statement on output screen is the first concept in today's class. So the simplest way to produce the output is using the print statement, where you can pass zero or more expressions separated by commas. So here taken a small example. The print is a function. I have written some statement within the double quotes and then separated by comma, and then again written some statement. So the entire statement enclosed in parentheses is displayed onto the output screen is the main aim of the print method in the Python. So next one is the reading. How can we read a value from the keyboard? Means Python has the two built-in functions to read data from the input keyboard. Those are the, so suppose first one is input method, second one is the raw input method. By using these two methods, it can read the input from the keyboard. And next one is the input function. So here you can observe the input function. X is equal to input of something. See here, when you mention like this, it compile asks for enter something from the keyboard. So as soon as I enter the x value, I have stored the some 10 value into the something, then I print the x value onto the output screen. So the 10 is printed onto the output screen. First I have called the something input of something. That means the compiler asked to enter some value. I have entered 10 value from the keyboard. Next I have stored the value into the x. Why? Because here input of something is assigned to the value x. That's why the value is stored into x, and then the value is 10 is printed on. As soon as you enter the value x, then the output is printed onto the output screen. Next, consider another example. Here x is equal to input of something. Here also I have entered something as 10, then printed the x value as 10. So as it is how we enter the value, the output is going to be printed on the output screen as it is without changing any value. And next we have the opening and closing files. So how you open a file and how you close a files are below. So these are also two different types of functions we are going to perform on files. So uh, in the previous method we have already seen the how to write and how to get an output from the standard output standard screen. Next we have written a open function. So by using this we can write or read a file. So how we can write means within the file object, and the open has the, which is the open function. It has the three arguments. First one is the file name, second one is the access mode, third one is the buffering. So here are the parameters are with their descriptions are given below. So first one is the file name. So this is the file name. Is the file name is argument is a string value that contains the name of the file that you want to access. That means the file name. So first parameter tell us the, it is argument, it has a string value that contains some file name that you want to access. And next one is the access mode, in which mode you want to access the file. So we have different types of mode. First one is the read mode, write mode, and append mode. And next one is the buffering. That means if the buffering value is set to 0, no buffering takes place. If the buffering value is 1, the buffering is performed while accessing a file. And next we have the, we can open the file in different modes as we seen in the syntax. So we have the different modes here. These are the different types of modes we can open a file. First one is the R mode. So this R mode, this R access mode specifies that we can open a file for read only purpose. So we can't write or append update the file, just we can read the file in read mode only. So next one mode is the RB mode. So this mode opens a file for reading only in binary format. The file pointer is placed at the beginning of the file. So this is the default mode. So this is opens the file in RB. B specifies the binary. R plus mode is opens a file for both reading and writing. The file pointer placed as the beginning of the file. And next one is the RB plus mode. This opens a file for both reading and writing in binary format. Next one is the W. Here W specifies the opens a file for writing only. That means to overwrites the file if the file exists. WB means opens a file for writing only in binary format. W plus means here opens a file for both writing and reading. Overwrites the existing file with a new one. WB plus means opens a file for both writing and reading in binary format. That means overwrites the existing file. Next one is the A means append. That means I want to something adding to a file by in the append mode. The file point at the beginning. Next one AB mode means this is also separate. The file opens in the append mode, but in the binary format. Here A plus means open a file both for appending and reading. That means reading and appending. I want to add something to the file. That is the A plus mode. AB plus mode, it is an open file both in append and reading mode, but is in the binary format. So these are the different types of mode where you can open a file in different modes. So next one is the file object attributes. That means once you open a file, you have the one file object, so you can get the information related to that file. So these are the different types of attributes we have. We can access them using the instance operator, that is dot operator. So we have the different types of attributes are there. First one is the closed attribute. So this attribute returns true if the file is closed, else returns the false. Next one is the mode value. Is returns the access mode with which the file was opened. This is the file mode. Next one is the file name, returns the name of the file. So these are the different types of attributes on files. So here all three attributes are mentioned in a program. So consider the program. Here FO is the variable, and open a file, that is the foo.txt. foo.txt is the file name, and it is open in the WB. That means writing mode. That means I have to write something, and it in a binary format only. So cursor is pointing at the start of the screen, and then calling the three print statement. First one is the fo.name. That means the file name, variable name fo, and dot name, and calling the name of the file, and closing the file, and in which mode the file was opened. I am asking the compiler with the three questions. So as soon as, and then after performing these operations, I am closing the file using the fo.close. And after that executing the program, the compiler gives the following result. The name of the file is fo4.txt, and closed or not, that means false. Why? Because file is in open mode. That's why it is not closed. Open mode is WB. That means writing in binary format. So this is the these are the file object attributes. And next one is we have the different types of closed method. So what is meant by closed method? The closed method of a file object flushes any unwritten formation and closes the file object. That means a file object dot close. That means if you open a file, any file, you have to close the file in order to access the file in any mode. So here I have taken fo variable, and I have calling a function open, and then passing it has the two arguments. First one is the file name, second one is the in which mode I have opened the file, and then I am printing the file name onto the output screen and printing the name, and then closing the file. So I have here, by using the fo variable, I have opened a file, and at the last by using the same variable, I have closed the file by calling the close method. So as soon as the program executed, the following is the output printed onto the output screen. So how you can read or write to a file. So these are the two different types of methods. Write method, that means file object dot write of string. That means I have to write something data. I have to write something data into the already opened existing file. So here I take an example. Fo is a variable, and open method, here I have passed the two arguments. First one is the file name, second one is the write mode. I am opening the file in write mode because I have to write something text into the file, and then fo.write of something of calling the same variable print statement, and then closing the same file. So as soon as I have compile executes the code, so these lines of code, I get the following output. Python is a great language. Yes, it's great. So why? Because I have written some lines of code into the Python file. And next one, the read mode. What is meant by read mode means I have to just read the data in a file. So the syntax for the read mode is a file object dot read of count. That means how many lines I have read so far. So this is the variable. By using the open method, this is the file name, and as the read mode, R plus mode means I am reading and writing to the file in a reading mode. As soon as I read the lines of code, and then I am closing the same file. So this is something about what is meant by file, how to write a file and how to read a file, and file operations and file methods. So in next class I have discussed the remaining operations or methods on files. So please subscribe my channel Jairam Infotech and like my video and share the video to reach many viewers, and comment if you have any doubts, and thank you all, have a nice day.